Addictions can best be managed in a rehab setting or in a hospital setting. Yeah? That's why I want to look at these alcohol issues. But at the end of the day, we see that what happens is some people are tired because they treat the relapse, because three things like I said earlier, until the community is involved in treating this. We have the medical doctor who must treat, we have the psychotherapist who must come in, and we have the church leaders who must also come in. Like I said, you have the soul, body and spirit. What is making you go for drugs is because of a psychological problem. Something has pushed you into it. That is something until we discover it, it can't be managed. We can't treat addictions like the way we want to cut eucalyptus tree. Because if you cut a eucalyptus tree, one stem, after 3 months, expect over 10 stems to sprout. Yeah? That's why somebody you take to the rehab, if they're not handled well, when they come back, they will begin from where they stopped and they will even be worse than before they went to the rehab. Until you uproot what is the root cause. And that the root cause can only be addressed through psychotherapy. Psychotherapy is where we are going to look at different therapies. We're going to look at the cognitive, the way this person thinks, the behavioral therapy, we're going to look at the psychodynamic, things that are within this person. The unresolved conflicts, the childhood traumas, and all of that. That's why I said most of these habits are developed from home, based on how you are treated at home. And by the time somebody is thinking about the drugs, it is because there's been a vacuum they are trying to fill without the drug. Once that vacuum is filled, they cannot go back. Yeah? Now, I have something here I want to discuss with us. I have few copies that you will bear with me, and you can give every table for every group for now. I have 2 booklets that were sent. Yesterday I missed to come with them from Kampala, and they put them to be sent. Sadly, it has not arrived, and when I checked with the Nile coach, they told me that they forgot to put it yesterday night, and I just put it and it is coming set to arrive at 5 in the day. But once it arrives, I'll be able to give you those booklets for every church and for every project. At least you should be able to go with it. Now, talking about the alcohol control bill. This is where we want. I'm sure you've heard about something like this in Parliament. Okay? In the Parliament, I'm sure you've heard about the alcohol control bill and why it is there. So I want to give you why it should actually be done. Are you aware that 11.1 consumers of alcohol are born again Christians? The research is here. Like I said, this research is here, you can check it through. 13.7 are Muslims. And I'm sure why these people pick this particular group of people are because they know these are no-go areas for them as far as alcohol is concerned. But particularly they actually pulled out this. The boy who died in Ombachi, the one who was killed during, you remember the other time, some 2 years back, there was a boy who was killed from Ombachi, St. Joseph's College Ombachi. That guy was a Muslim and he was drunk. He was killed and he was forced to drink by the students at school. Even though they know that he is a Muslim, they force him to drink. Yet it is there anything. So, talking about these issues, I can assure you a lot of alcohol is being consumed in our area here, and sadly, majority of the alcohol is not certified. 64% percentage increase in illicit alcohol consumption. Talking about the illicit ones, we are talking about those which are not certified by anybody. So it just comes in the market, everybody drinks. And in most cases, this is the cheapest and it is affordable to every youth, and this is where many of our youths are going. I was handling an addict of alcohol And the family told him that now he has stopped drinking, but the boy said he still drinks. I told him, now you have not been drinking, you are just been kept indoors. Where do you drink from? He said, I've been drinking. So I told him, okay, can you drink for me what you have been drinking? The guy went and bought for me sanitizer. And he has been drinking sanitizer. They bring sanitizer in the house. Because of COVID, every house must have sanitizer. You remember that period? So because now he was not taking alcohol, he was not drinking that sanitizer. Because it is, and its alcohol content is beyond. Yeah. Uganda is leading in East Africa, and Uganda is at number 8 in the world. Number 2 in Africa. And West Nile is the one supporting it. Very sad. That's why when this bill came, we are trying to see, okay, we like church should rise up and see that you have your MPs who come to your churches. There are people who are going to address these issues in Parliament. This thing has been in the Parliament for some time. It comes, new committee comes. It comes, it's not moving through. As I say, it wants to move. But we are praying that it moves so that we are able to preserve our people. We have homemade water. Yeah. Somebody just woke up one morning and made 65 gin, which killed so many Ugandans. Up to now, some people are, those who survived are blind permanently. Others were saying, it's to the people die of this thing that they want to prove. Indeed, they proved with 5 bottles, we've buried them. They were drinking methanol, not good alcohol. This alcohol in these small packets, 40%, and it is a small quality, but with a strong content. How is the health of our children? Many of our young people are dying early, and we're doing nothing about it. I'm glad I'm talking to church leaders, because I'm sure you've buried some people who have died because of alcohol. Let somebody give me Isaiah 5:11 and we see something there. I'm not the preacher of the day. But let's see some facts. Because the truth you know is what will set you free. That's why we are advocating for this bill to go through. Why? We cannot continue in this state. Isaiah 5, begin from verse 11. If you are there, you can just read for us.
Woe to those who rise early in the morning.
Woe to those who rise up early in the morning. Even here we have people who rise up early in the morning.
To run after their drinks.
To run after their drinks early in the morning.
Up late at night.
Who stay up to late at night until they are drunk, they can't come home. Continue.
After milk.
Just continue, I will tell you to stop.
They have cups and lyres at their banquets.
At their parties, their first item on their agenda is alcohol on their functions.
Pipes and timbrels.
As music is playing, live band is playing.
And wine. But they have no regard.
They have no regard for God. Even when they say they are born again, I've attended the weddings and the functions of born again where alcohol is the order of the day. Even fast in the tent before water.
No respect for the work of his hands.
Okay, continue.
Therefore, my people will go into exile for lack of understanding.
Lack of understanding, lack of knowledge. That's why Hosea says, "Mon peuple périt par le mal de connaissance." Not so? Hosea says what? Mon peuple périt par le mal de connaissance. My people perish for lack of knowledge. French, just across here.
Those of high rank will die of hunger and
those of high rank will die of hunger. Why? Because of poverty. Do you know that alcohol is very expensive? You must buy it. Even if you okay, I did a bare math for a primary teacher who has been drinking too much alcohol, and then I told him, okay, let's just do bare minimum. You are taking 2 bottles per day. Let's just go with 2 bottles. So he says he goes 4 and above. I don't know, let's go just go with the 2. How much is the beer in a Bezeu, Pakwash? How much is beer? You know, at least you must know. Let me tell you, a good church leader is one who has newspaper on the one hand and the Bible on another hand. You must know what is happening. You must be relevant. Beer is 35. Others are selling at 4,000. Very good. I'm sure you've lost some dear people in your families because of drinking. I'm sure that there are such who are here, you have buried many people because of drinking. What is the cause of death? Liver cirrhosis. What's the cause of death? Organ failure. They will not tell you it is drinking. Even those who were drinking and then they died because of drinking, they will say he was poisoned. It was alcohol. That's why we must be able to engage in this. Now, alcohol prices in numbers. This was in 2019. Men and women are consuming. Uganda is leading here in terms of liters per person on average from anybody above 15 years to less than 5 liters of alcohol consumed. You can check this data, it is there. That's why I'm calling upon all of us that we can be able to engage in this policy. This policy has some of the key highlights here. What are these key highlights? Number one, we are trying to look at the triple P effect. Prevention of alcohol-related harm to minors below 21 and also others. There are so many cancers right now which are linked to alcohol. If you go to Pakwash, come to Nebi, go to Zeu, go to Zombo, ask the accidents that have occurred where people have died, and most of the cases are alcohol related. Somebody drinks and is drunk, is drinking driving, and many people perish in accidents. Domestic violence is on the rise in many homes. Why? Alcohol related harm. Poverty is everywhere. Alcohol is bringing out of it. And then the problem is, we say we are born to suffer, so we enjoy the music, born to suffer, as we keep drinking a lot. Protection of the Ugandan population. If we don't do something for our children, I can assure you 5 years from now, it is going to be a disaster. If we don't regulate. If we can't regulate, there's a problem. And then, of course, promotion of sustainable development through comprehensive and evidence-based alcohol policy measures. We are trying to see how can we control alcohol right from its production. Because we must be able to do something from now here. If you can check this is now what we are looking at. Here we are saying, despite its economic importance, I know alcohol is being hit by this government because of the economic importance. That's why many of the farms that deal in alcohol, they try to promote and they sponsor so many events in this country. And because of that, we are looking more on the economic benefit, but we're not looking at the health hazard. So, we are saying alcohol is the third leading risk factor for poor health, contributing to over 200 disease conditions. Addictions are here, cancers are here, various forms of psychiatric and cardiovascular and respiratory problems are all here. Many are running mad because of alcohol. Cardiovascular problems because of alcohol. Psychiatric problems because of alcohol. And there are a lot of people who are dying of this, and as a result, how can someone who wakes up early in the morning to go and drink, how can they work? They can't. So if they can't work, that means even they become liability to many homes. A man does not give money, does not work, goes to drink, but expects to come back and eat food. If there's no food, fighting begins. Doesn't this happen in our communities? A man comes with a drum, their children around, say, "Where are you? Come here! Come here, where are you?" And children are watching. And then tomorrow you begin to blame children for their bad manners when they have been watching live porn. You see how we are putting our people to. At the end of the day, we must do something to regulate. That's why in this we are trying to say, hey, how do we regulate? How can we have measures so that we're able to promote some things? This is how our independence thing is. I'm sure if you've ever been to Kampala, this is where you are saying Uganda is free at last, but with the spirit that binds us. And we are quiet. We are saying Uganda is finally free, not so? But who is promoting it? Look at our billboards around. And the church is very quiet. My call for us today is this. How do we envision ourselves? Not talking about the vision now. We are having this current person, but trying to see himself in that condition. How can we have this young man's dream come true? When this bill is passed, we have a voice to make. We are workers of these children. We work for these children. That's my call for us today. That's why we're talking about these issues. Alcohol, let me tell you, go to Butapika, go to the unit where they are addicts. Majority of the names there are Christian names, that means they are Christians. And they're from Christian homes. They go to churches. So, maybe even if you just look, even if you are just to reflect on your own church where you go to church, I'm sure you even now have members who come to church when they are drunk. Or they come after they have smoked their marijuana. How can we help them? Can we be able to regulate the production? Can we be able to regulate things around this so that we have control? So many countries have controlled their alcohol policies and they're doing well. In as much as they may drink, it is okay, but how can they be productive? Food for thought. The bullets will come, and I will see how I can still pick them and give to each of you the churches that are here and the projects that are here. The policy book and the alcohol report that puts us as number 2 in this country. Very shameful. Yet we are battling with poverty, but we have the money to enjoy drugs with. May God help us.
Yes, there are others who claim that the device to have some content in their life. What would you say about that?
They claim. You see, let me tell you something here. People will always try to bring whatever fits them. Yeah? And I want to announce to you here without any fear of favor, no politician will agree to this policy. You know why? They're the ones who buy this alcohol for their voters so that they can go and moral and cheer them up. So there's no way they can control this. And everybody can bring out anything to try to. But I want to still bring it out to you. When we are saying it must be regulated, it means something better is being done. The people who are doing this work, who are coming to this, are people who have their churches there. The populations are here, You can even go and search more. But the point for this particular policy here is this. I'm on page 2. The object of the ACB 2023 is to, number 1, regulate the manufacture, importation, sale, consumption, and advertisement of alcoholic drinks. Number 2, prohibit the sale of alcoholic drinks to persons below 18 years of age, which actually we are pushing to 21 years of age. Regulate time allowed for sale of alcoholic drinks. Prohibit online sale of alcoholic drinks, selling of alcoholic drinks packed in sachets and bottled plastics. Because you know these ones are 40%, even when you do on them, 40% they are not healthy for your life. Regulate advertisement of alcohol. I'm glad in some of our radios in West Nile, where we've engaged, and we found, but by the time that when we came, we found out that they decided they would never advertise any alcoholic drink on the radios. And that's the same thing we're trying to say here. We can regulate some things. I want to ask a question. We are West Nilers. Our forefathers lived many years, but they used to drink. Why were they not dying of cancers? Why were they not having all these problems that we're having now? Sorry? It is because in the morning everybody was told to go to work, and then in the evenings they will have their local brews. In the evenings, after work, that's why they were productive. But here, now, early in the morning people are drunk. How can they go to work when they're drunk? How many of our people that we know have lost the jobs because of these addictions? So many. That's why we're saying, can the church raise their voice so that we can be able to promote this again? It will save us and it will save our children. It will save our population. We must be able to change the narrative of West Nile that we are the worst when it comes to drinking and drug use, yet we are the poorest in this country. By God's grace, I'm not being jealous of other regions. When you travel, at least you see things. But when you are traveling from Pagwash this way, all you see is caveras, bottles, young grassroots houses, poor housing. Then you wonder what's the problem? I'm not trying to envy any region. 2 days ago I was in Kabad. Weekend I was in the Kabad, and I've been to the east, I've been to the central, I've been to the west. It hurts when we come to West Nile and then all we see is a self-imposed problem, and we're happy about it. I think we can do something about this, honestly. Thank you so much. Let's have a break. Let's have a break of 10 minutes, and then we come back.